How does busking relate to modern concerts and the music industry as a whole today? Busking has always been a way for musicians to showcase their talent, connect with audiences, and just generally seek out attention outside of what we consider now the traditional concert and touring scene. Hi, Nikki Radisik here from Virtuosica, a DIY virtual concert platform available now in beta. If you're a musician who's interested in getting into the world of virtual concerts or offering virtual performances, head on over to mainstage.virtuosica.com and get started. But that's not the topic of this video. Today we're talking about all things touring and concert related via the age-old practice of busking. With the rise of social media and digital tools, busking has taken on a whole new dimension that we're going to talk about in a minute. Before we talk about where busking is or should be today, let's talk a little bit about where it came from. I know that a lot of you already know this, but let's review. Busking. The word has its roots in the Spanish language from the verb buscar, which means to look for or to seek. Before musicians started playing in arenas and selling out tickets online, they had to start somewhere. This whole thing started somewhere. And for most musicians and artists, that meant playing out on the street, honing their craft, getting in touch with their fans, introducing their music to the general public, and building a following. The roots of busking can be traced back to ancient civilizations such as Greece and Rome, where street performers entertained passers-by with music, acrobatics, and other talents and feats. In medieval Europe, minstrels and bards made a living traveling and entertaining people. In fact, this was the only way that most audiences could discover new music and poetry, and a rare opportunity and treat to listen to music. From this practice grew both touring and generally concerts as we know them today. In the 19th century, the Industrial Revolution spurred urbanization and many other things, and with all of those things, the rise of street performers. Buskers in cities like London, Paris, New York entertained crowds with their music, magic tricks, again, acrobatics, and comedy. And then in the early 20th century, vaudeville shows popularized busking in the United States, and street performers known as buskers were often featured in these shows, which traveled the country and entertained audiences with a variety of acts. Basically anything that's entertaining that made its way eastward into Europe and other cultures and other entertainment as well. Busking still very much remains a vital part of our combined global cultural heritage, and very much a part of the cultural heritages of many, many cities throughout the world. You'd think that modern transportation and more large urban centers would have made things easier for these traveling artists, but with modernity came more laws, and most cities, if not all cities in the world, have individual city regulations and all sorts of paperwork and complications, making it all a lot more complex, confusing, and costly for artists and musicians to travel and busk and get themselves out there. In recent years, the rise of social media specifically and digital tools has transformed the world of busking. We've made collaborative software, enterprise software, social media networks, on-demand entertainment streaming platforms. We made it all ubiquitous. All the while, it seems we've left the original gig workers, musicians, a little bit behind and out of the loop in this rising new gig economy and sort of busking economy, right? Perhaps one of the most transformational developments in the world of music and the world of live music performance is virtual busking. Virtual busking allows musicians to perform for an online audience using platforms like YouTube, Facebook Live, Twitch, and obviously Virtuosica. And this can be a great way to reach wider audiences and earn money from the comfort of your own home. Work from home for musicians. Why not? I think it's high time. To get started with virtual busking, if you're interested, you will need a few Essential tools, let's go over it. You need a solid microphone, you would need a camera, you'd need a very good internet connection, and a platform to stream your performances on, and obviously somewhere to actually accept tips and make money, and again, transfer that street entertainment experience and that, let's call it, micro touring experience into the digital world. We will definitely be diving deeper, not only into busking, but we have 2 very detailed free guides coming out in the next couple of weeks. We expect the first one to be out sometime next week. So if you're not watching this hot off the presses, then I would suggest that you head over to virtuosica.com or the link in the description below, which I will add as soon as that first guide is out. Our first 2 guidebooks are about virtual concerts, how to get started with them, how to set things up, platforms that you'll need, equipment that you'll need, with suggestions for specific equipment, and how to really make it all easy and manageable for you. Look out for that, and thanks for watching again, and I will catch you on the flip side.